Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, also known as the Fat Funny One, and welcome to the chaos. Today's video is a little bit chill. I've got hair stuck in my face. A little bit chill. There's a tiny baby sleeping on the bed. He looks really close to the edge, but I promise you he's not. He's right in the middle. It's a super king bed. He's just fast asleep. He's rolled over. I was sitting here with a cup of tea, doing a bit of work, and I thought let's just have a little catch-up video. The baby's napping, I'm having a cuppa. Let's catch up. If this is the first time you've landed on my channel, then welcome. My name is Jess. I'm a working mum of 4. I'm an author, content creator, and I also have a corporate job. There's a lot of plate spinning, and yeah, you'll find a little bit of everything over here. So if you would consider subscribing, I would love that. Just join the chaos, join the family, join the community, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Then I just thought I'd have a little bit of a catch up, just what's going on. We're at the end of summer, so maybe a few summer reflections, and I really want to tell you what I'm about to start reading and what I've just read. So I don't even know where to start. The beginning of the summer, let's go with the summer. The beginning of the summer started a bit hectic. Trevor and Sophia were in a car accident. Luckily they were unharmed, but the car was a complete write-off, so we started the summer with no car, nearly missing all of our summer plans. I'm snoring. He's gone back to sleep. Nearly missing all of our summer plans because we were going camping and we needed the car. It was just a big drama. So yeah, that kick-started the summer pretty majorly. They are totally fine physically, but yeah, emotionally it was really tough for them. It was a pretty bad accident. We had a huge car and it was completely written off, so you can imagine how bad that was. But they are okay now, and to be honest, I just thank God that we could get them home and that they came home from something like that. I really am grateful. So that kick-started the summer. But do you know what, it's been really nice. It's the last summer Bella's had before she started school. So she graduated from nursery. It was like the cutest thing ever. They had like a whole ceremony and everything, and they stood up and had to say what they wanted to be, and she wants to be an artist. Wonderful. So she's finished nursery now and will start school next week. Really exciting, and it's been amazing to have that summer with her, just like the last summer before we get back into like proper school holidays and stuff with school and routines. So yeah, that's been amazing. And to be honest, I get asked how I'm feeling all the time, and I think a mixture of stuff. I'm very up and down. Like, don't get me wrong, I share all the highlights and I love sharing that, particularly on Instagram, but the reality is it's hard. And when I go a bit quiet, particularly on stories, and you don't see me for a few days, 9 times out of 10 it's because I'm probably struggling a little bit. I'm probably a bit overwhelmed, doing too much, trying to cram in too much, and yeah, I can't. Then doing stories or doing something else just feels like another thing on the list, and sometimes my brain just hasn't got the capacity to stretch. I've been probably a bit quieter over the summer, just trying to juggle everything. I also went back to work at the beginning of summer, so I've been juggling working 3 days a week, mostly from home, and I'm very blessed and lucky I can do that, but just trying to get into the swing of everything all the time. It's a lot, isn't it? And I never want to complain. I think it's a real shame that we all feel like that sometimes we can't complain, because I know there's someone out there going, oh, you're so lucky, you're so grateful, you've got nothing to complain about. But we do. Everybody has things that bother them or get them down or stress them out or overwhelm them, and I often just recognise the position that I'm in, and I just feel mindful about the things that I share, and not to be dishonest and not to not share the lows, because I think it's fair that you give transparency across as much as you can. But I also recognise the privileged position that I'm in, having a job, having a home, and I don't want to just moan when there are other people in far more difficult situations. But I digress. Let's move on to something more positive. While we're talking about work, so I went back to work in June 3 days a week, and in September, which is like now, I was going to go up to 5 days a week once the kids are settled back in school. But do you know what? I'm really feeling the 3 days a week. I like having a bit of balance. I like having a bit more time, particularly with the boys. I took JJ swimming today, just me and him, and I had such a good time. He had such a good time. So I think I'm going to stick to 3 days a week, and I possibly feel the pinch financially, so I'm going to try and juggle that where I can. I've done a September goals video, and one of those things is to earn a little bit extra money doing things like selling things on Vinted, doing a car boot sale. So I'm going to try and juggle that over the next few months and see, and possibly revisit working hours in the new year. But at the moment I think I'm going to stick to 3 days a week, because it's just given me a little bit more freedom and time with the children that I am really cherishing and loving, and I'll be able to pick up the girls from school, and just, yeah, I get to create content on those days off and all of that fun stuff. So I am sticking to that at the minute. I think I talked about it on another catch-up video about the difficulty of when you return to work and just feeling a bit like but I've definitely got over that and have found my feet, and I'm back in the swing of things and I'm loving it. So that's really, really good. Next thing, the house. Oh, the house. So house renovations. We've completed the bathroom. I have got a video coming for you soon. I'm really excited to share all of that. I'm just waiting for a few details from the builder, because he actually sourced a lot of the stuff in the bathroom, and when I share it, I know people are going to ask where it's from, and I want to have all that information ready. I'm waiting for that. I love the bathroom though. It just is the best. I'm really, really pleased with it. Really, really happy. It did cost a bit more than we had expected, because when the floor was going to be done, we had the floor tiled, but in order to have the floor tiled, it was completely uneven underneath when they pulled up the old floor, and so we had to get the whole floor like re-leveled. And yeah, so it is what it is. We kind of expected there to be additional work because it's such an old house, la-di-da-di-da. So there we are. Then kind of wanted to do a few other projects, and we've had a rejig for a few reasons. Financial is being the main one, but mainly because of the rising cost of living, and I've touched on this in the September goals video. But ultimately we know that things are going to get tighter and tighter, and the electricity and gas bills are rising significantly. And so what we were going to do is, rather than get the kitchen done and some of the more aesthetic things that we wanted to do, we are going to get the windows done in the living room, get the back door replaced, get some things that are really causing quite a lot of draft in the house, get those fixed and sorted, particularly in time for winter, so that we can maybe manage those utility costs a little bit better. So we've juggled the budget around a little bit and allocated it to different areas. So the living room was going to be a much later project, and now we've scooped that up and we're going to do that sooner, and the utility room. So they're the next two projects, living room and utility room. I'm looking forward to that. Utility room, definitely. So it's going to be upstairs, which I know just sounds so crazy, but also we take all the washing downstairs to wash it all downstairs, sort it all downstairs, bring it all back upstairs. Doesn't make any sense. And the way our house is laid out, it's really odd. Upstairs, the room that you normally see me record in, the wardrobe room, actually used to be a kitchen. So it's got plumbing, it's got drainage. It actually also has gas, which is a bit weird. So transitioning a utility room to upstairs isn't actually going to be as complicated as it may be if you don't have drainage, don't have the plumbing available already. So we're really, really lucky. So that's going to be happening next, and I'm so looking forward to having a utility room. Like, I don't even know if it's just like adulting 101, but utility room, like top tier renovation project. Like, I'm really looking forward to that. JJ got his hair cut. So he has super long hair, and he just didn't like it. He would pull it, he hated getting it washed, he hated getting it brushed. And realistically, the only reason why we kept his hair long was because we thought it looked cute, and that just was not fair. So I decided we were going to cut it, and oh my gosh, I was so upset. But it was the perfect and right decision for him, and that's always our priority. So he's had his hair all cut. He just looks so much older. Look up! Hiya! Hello! Look at that happy face! Hi! Trying to say hi, your job. What are you looking for? So I've also been checking out a walking desk. I work from home and I really want to get my steps in. It's something that if you see my September goals video, although I don't even know which video is coming out first, but I really like to stick to getting my steps in. It's something that just makes me feel really good, but it's really difficult when you're working from home. And I've seen so many people with these walking desks on TikTok. Basically like a treadmill or walking pad underneath your desk, like a standing desk, where you can get your steps in while you work. And so I've been looking at that and researching that. If you have one, can you let me know what you have, if it's good, do you recommend? I've had really mixed responses on Instagram when I talked about it. Loads of people were really interested, but a couple of people were really I don't say negative, but a bit like, oh, it's just gonna, if you get a treadmill, it's literally gonna turn into a clothes horse, or you're gonna just use it for storage, or I used mine for a month and that was it. And maybe that will happen, but I really want to try. So yeah, let me know if you've got a walking desk or if that's something you have. Also, just look at walking desks on TikTok. It's like so cool. I want to do my office, decorate my office downstairs and make it into like a proper place where I can record and there's not like random backgrounds. Hoping that I can get that done and put the walking desk in there. So that's kind of another project as well, behind the living room and the utility and everything else. So that's it. The other thing I have been doing is reading loads. I just completely fell back in love with reading again this year, and my target, which you've probably heard me say in a million videos, is 22 books for 2022. And I completed book 19, so I'm on book 20 and it's only September. So very excited about that. So I just finished reading The Maidens. It's by the author who wrote, I want to say Alex Michaels, but I could be wrong. But it's from the author who wrote The Silent Patient, which I loved. Now, The Maidens, I really enjoyed. I read it in a day, literally because I was stuck on a train for a few hours because I was at work and I got stuck in the train for ages and it was delayed and all sorts. But anyway, I managed to finish it and I really liked it. It was definitely a page turner, but I realised that halfway through I kind of sort of predicted the end. There was still a really good twist, but I didn't enjoy it as much as The Silent Patient. But they also intertwine the stories a little bit. So if you've read The Silent Patient and you loved it, I definitely recommend you read The Maidens, or The Maidens and then The Silent Patient. I'm not really sure which way around you should read it, but anyway, I loved it. I gave it 3.5, 4 stars out of 5. But now I am about to start reading this bad boy, which everyone keeps going on about. I'm really annoyed because someone on TikTok, on Book Talk, broke all the rules and did a massive spoiler and basically put the story of what happens in this on a TikTok with no like spoiler warning or anything. I essentially know, I don't know what happens in the end, but I know what the biggest twist in the book is, which makes me a bit hesitant to read it because I'm just a bit like, oh, and like I kind of know, but I also still really want to read it to see what the hype's about. My auntie just finished reading it as well. Hi Auntie Carol, if you're watching. She always watches my videos, she's the best. And yeah, she gave it 5 stars and I trust her. So I'm going to start reading this. It doesn't feel that long either. If you are unsure what it's about, I will link the video where I bought it on my book haul and shopping video and I read the back of it to tell you what it's about. So have a look there. But yeah, that will be my first Colleen Hoover book as well, which is pretty cool. But that's it, I think. I think my tea is pretty much done. So that's my little tea and catch up about what's been going on. I do really like these videos. I'll probably still do them just like once a month or something to give you the lowdown of what's been going on. But yeah, if you've got any updates you want to share with me, please do it in the comments. And if you've watched this far, thank you. Thank you for being a real one. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do hit that notification bell. And any more updates, check me out on all my other social media platforms, on Instagram, on TikTok, etc, etc. I'm at thefatfunnyone across them all. It's been lovely to catch up with you. Take care. Bye.